Welcome to the Aion path. You'll be invited into a rite of passage journey with your kids age 12, 13, or 14. Aion, pronounced Aion, like keep your eye on the path, in Greek is translated a moment in time that impacts all time. We face a bit of a crisis in the Big C church. Perhaps as a person who attends church regularly, you may or may not be aware of the significant volume of kids leaving church in unprecedented numbers. More than 1 million a year, never to return again. This is not how it has been most of American history. It's not how most parents envision their future with their kids and their grandkids. For most of American history, if you were raised in a Christian home, there was a 90% chance that you would identify as Christian when you were 30 years old. Starting in the 1990s, that began to get a little wobbly, and as you can see in the trajectory, it steadily has moved downward, hitting 65% in 2020 and expected to crest below 60% in 2025. It's probably the greatest lament of my generation. Anecdotally, my daughter would say that she can think of 2 kids from her youth group days that prioritize church today, and that was from an active, exciting, well-led youth group that had about 75 kids in each grade. Many parents whose kids are young adults today are experiencing this angst. Their kids, then their grandkids, don't attend church, prioritize faith, or even them in some cases. And they regret that they spent so much of their limited time and money on things not related to deepening their relationships and spiritual formation of each other. Club sports, cheer, dance, or a dozen other things turned out not to be a good trade for family dinners and quality time together. Many of us, particularly us dads, know that the spiritual formation of our family is our responsibility, but we don't know how to do it. Many of us do not have a good example, and even those of us that did may feel like I did, afraid to give the wrong answer for fear that my imperfections would cause them to question the validity of the entire faith. Most dads don't feel equipped or have a path to follow. That's what the Aion path is. It's a proven path to follow that will equip you, dad, to walk alongside your apprentice and launch them well into adulthood. They will deepen their relationship with their earthly father, you, and their heavenly father. In 3 short years, they will be able to stand in front of a congregation or a group of others, not as boys or girls, but as men or women able to lead themselves well, lead others well, and follow Jesus well. Before I go on and share what the first year looks like, take a minute and write down what questions you have. What has popped into your mind so far? Be sure to do this as we go along. Your questions, your fears are important to address. You'll notice on this slide, the cornerstone of the Aion path, there is a priority on relationship. There is no greater influence on a child's values and the transfer of our faith than dad. It's also important that you, as dad, are connected to a church. Many churches have formal partnerships with the Aion path, while others are just groups of dads that will gather together and build their own cohort for the journey. Both are great. Doesn't have to be the same church that you're all part of, but a Christian church is important. You will also notice that a great deal of this is relationship driven. Success is that you have a great relationship with your launched adult children and they have a great relationship with Jesus. It's designed so that you as a dad don't have to know more than your apprentice at any point. We will always work to keep you informed about what is coming next and set you up to be the hero. Your job is simply to prioritize completing the Aion path with your apprentice, which is the word we use for your son or daughter. We will equip you so that you can travel alongside them in a spirit of curiosity and learning. Okay, so you said yes, I'm in. Sign me up. What exactly is it that I'm signing up for? Think about the first year as having 3 stages and a celebration. And the picture you want in your mind is kind of like that feeling at the celebration is kind of like you had that walk-off home run and you're coming around third base and your teammates and family are gathered at home plate to congratulate you while the fans are going wild. That's what you're envisioning at the end of the first year. It's the feeling that you're playing for. So stage 1, Getting to first base. You signed up today. 5 days later, a welcome package shows up at your home. Inside, it reveals 5 envelopes that are numbered 1 through 5. Those are the envelopes that will take you to first base. These are largely designed to be done with the apprentice and their father or father figure. Not necessarily a group of dads and kids, although some of it could be. It can be done fairly quickly, like in 6 to 8 weeks if you're highly motivated and want to, but don't feel a time pressure. We will always have a kickoff meeting for dads about 3 or 4 weeks from this initial meeting, so you can check in with each other and compare notes and learn how to be the most successful possible. Envelope number 1, 30 skills. You and your apprentice are going to sit down and think of 30 skills that they want to acquire over the next 3 years. It could be, I want to learn how to fish, ice skate, cook a steak, give a toast, start a conversation, build a campfire, make my bed like an army officer. If you need help, we'll include a list of 150 other ideas. The job is simply make the list. Sit down, spend some time together, take a few days if you need to. Then you move on to envelope number 2, which is your team. Your team consists of a shepherd and 3 guides. You'll pick your shepherd, which is likely your senior pastor or a pastor you know and are connected to at the church. Let them know that you're on this adventure. Ask them to pray for you periodically, and if they would be willing to sign off or warrant the completion of certain tasks along the way. That's the expectation of the shepherd. Next, we're going to identify 3 guides. These are 3 believing, mature adults that have something to offer your apprentice in the form of perspective. They could come from many different types of perspective, and I would suggest you consider somebody with spiritual wisdom, another with financial wisdom, another with life or educational or vocational wisdom. When you and your apprentice sit down with this person, you will learn not just about, say, financial matters like the dangers of debt or how compound interest works or how to invest. You'll hear their story, their faith journey, and how they apply their faith in their work and life. You're only required to meet twice a year, but you can meet more. And don't worry, we'll help you be prepared and we'll help them be prepared. And this will expand the possibility of what the world offers your apprentice. And who knows, this could be a person that writes a future letter of recommendation for a job or college application. The intergenerational connection is among the most impactful predictors of our children building a resilient faith. It's the gift of hearing another's faith story. On to envelope number 3. Simply talks about church engagement. It encourages your apprentice to be not just engaged in their youth programs, but also with you in worship. There's a self-assessment to take and an opportunity for you to decide what your priorities are together. And now you're on to envelope number 4, titled Adventure. In envelope number 4, you're simply going to take some time with some great prompts to begin imagining an adventure you might go on together. Lots of fun planning tools and ideas are in place. Once you completed that, you're on to the 5th and final envelope. Might be the most important part of the year. It's titled 30 Conversations. You and your apprentice will commit to meeting every day for 30 days and spending at least 10 minutes in conversation with each other. We will give you a tool that has been used by thousands of parents before you. In fact, one very high-profile dad would say this tool didn't just save his relationship with his son, but saved his son's life. It's an app, very simple to use. Literally, each day it has a prompt. Dad, say this. You say that and it answers the question, hey son, change can be hard. New school, new class, new subject, new neighborhood. Was a change that you experienced this year that was hard? Listen to the answer. And then you hand the app and the app says, son, read this. Hey dad, you've been around a while. What was a change that was hard for you when you were a kid? And you answer the question. You will get to know one of the most important people in your life, and they will get to know that they matter to you. Think of the messaging as you commit to meeting for 30 days in a row, no matter what. Come hell or high water, you make sure that you connect with each other, even if that means that you're away on business in London and you have to have a call at 3 a.m. or step out of the Dodger game in the 6th inning to connect by phone before bedtime. Nothing says you matter like showing up even when it's not convenient. making it a priority. There, you made it to first base. Well done. A challenge coin is on its way for you to present to your apprentice, and you can look forward to that. So let's go to second base. Stage 2, the run to second base. We call this formation. It can be done individually with just you and your apprentice, or a group of dads and apprentices. This is a 12-week interactive spiritual formation course. Best done at home. It's video-based, so it can be done anywhere. These are 12 weeks of understanding the important foundations of our faith and addressing some of the big questions, like if the Bible was written by men, how is it different than any other book? Or why do bad things happen to good people? This is not designed so that dad must teach. He doesn't have to lead beyond prioritizing the meeting and participating in the questions. It's a chance to discover together. It's designed so dad and their apprentice can be on this journey together. They can learn alongside of each other and explore some of the big questions together. That gets us to second base, and now we're turning and aiming for third base. The remainder of the year is called Challenges and Adventure. First, remember those 30 skills. If you haven't started to knock them off, knock off the first 10. Remember, the fun of this is that you're doing it together. And if barbecue a steak was one of those things and you as a dad are thinking that's not my gift, find a buddy whose gift it is and have them teach both of you. Then there are a series of challenges. Challenges like a period of quiet time and reflection. 30 minutes, just you, no phone, no watch, no music, nothing but the thoughts in your head and a pencil and paper. The next challenge is keeping the Sabbath. What even is a Sabbath? Find out what Scripture teaches about it and challenge yourself to keep the Sabbath for 4 times. Read a book of the New Testament out loud to each other. Go on the overnight adventure you started planning. Send us pictures along the way. Update the larger community with what's happening. These relationship exercises, spiritual formation and learning and investment in each other is no small accomplishment. It should be celebrated. And we would suggest a big family dinner or a campfire or a group of dads and other apprentices all getting together and presenting a formal gift to mark the moment that you've finished and completed all of these tasks this year. One item that we can make available is a Bible with a custom leather jacket that can only be acquired by those who complete the first year of the Aion path. It's handcrafted by 4th-generation leathersmiths out of Arkansas, has a hidden little pocket for dad to write a letter of affirmation in it. We can highlight their life verse, and they can carry that Bible with them the rest of their lives and always be connected to that experience and time that they had with their dad. Completion of the first year is required to be invited to the second year. There are lots of similarities, but you'll notice some subtle shifts happening as your apprentice begins to move from following to walking alongside to leadership in year 3. There will be another 12-week discipleship course that will move off of some of the foundations of our faith and into real and practical challenges and issues that our kids are talking about and are asking us about. We'll review some of Jesus' teaching through his parables and introduce some new features designed to spur curiosity and interesting conversation within the family. Along the way, you may have questions. Can I do this? Or what if that happens? There is a community inside the Aion path, and you can go online on our bulletin board and ask anything. If you think it would benefit from the wisdom of a crowd, then ask. Ask the other dads. Ask other father figures in that online community. And yes, your 15 or 16-year-old can start the Aion path. The only age limit, you have to have celebrated your 12th birthday before starting. The next step is for you to go online to aionpath.com and register. The registration is what starts the ball rolling and gets you access to the community. And if in the meantime you have additional questions, ask the person who's hosting this video or reach out to us at info@aionpath.com. A rising tide raises all ships. Let's register today and be that tide for this generation and rise together.